What's up, everybody? It's your boy DC. Hope you're all having a great day today. This is going to be my first attempt at doing any sort of Let's Play, so I apologize in advance for the quality. May not be the absolute best, but I promise that I'll get better at this over time. So as I said before, well, to most of my friends and family who are probably going to be my first few viewers and such on any of my content, that I promised, of course, with some more of these settings that were real quick bit. That's looking pretty good with that. I promised my friends and family, who are probably going to be my first few viewers, that I was going to be doing something Pokemon related. So here I am, playing Pokemon Sword, and I'm going to be doing a mono-type run. For those of you who don't know, a mono-type run is when the player imposes the challenge of forcing themselves to use only one typing at a time. So for this Let's Play, I'll be using just Fire-type Pokemon. I could use a Fire Fighting because it has Fighting typing, but I can't use a Water Fighting, for example. So, I apologize for not uploading anything in about a month. My girlfriend and I were working together on a lot of this YouTube stuff, and she has all the experience with the software. I have the personality and the ideas, kind of, sort of. We had about 3 videos in the back that we were working on. We just realized that it was going to take way too much time and effort to try and get it done. And by the time that they would come out, well, some of the stuff was going to be more or less moot. So what we were working on was the unused type combos that have not been implemented in Pokemon as of yet. We were going to talk about how they performed mechanically versus design possibility. Something that's more so interesting to intermediate players. Maybe it may have caught the eye of some beginner players and whatnot. But for those who don't know, anything that's opinion-based is actually really good for YouTube. So since brand new to all this stuff, it would have been phenomenal for me to have something like that. Tons of debates and whatnot in the comments. But it's neither here nor there. We decided to put it on the back burner, like I said, because of how much time and effort it was going to take to make it. There were visuals that we all had to, that her and I had to make together. And her with the experience on the software versus me and the direction and imagery that I had in my mind, we just didn't have the time to work together. We're both working 40 hours. I'm a manager. She's a pretty reliable person. We're not working the same shifts, so a lot of the times it's like we see each other in passing as of late until we get the lucky few times where we can, sit down and work together. So she brought the idea of just, docking the Switch, start recording some gameplay, and going through and playing. Henceforth, that's where and why I'm here right now with you guys. So here we are, mono-type playthrough, just to try and challenge myself. Now, I really despise this prologue beginning section of the game. It's like taking my face to a cheese grater. It's utterly horrendous. I've done it at least 4 times already, so I'm going to slog through this one more time for you guys. I'm going to try and make this as much of a series as possible, but this is the first time I'm talking to a wall pretending that it's you guys. So, I named my character appropriately, Blaze, because I'll be using the Fire-type Pokemon. I went with Pokemon Sword because there's one more Fire-type Pokemon you can get your hands on in Pokemon Sword versus Pokemon Shield, and one of the reasons why I went Fire-typing is because, well, one, there's not many Pokemon that I can get my hands on. I can't get my hands on Charizard or Charmander or any of those guys until after I beat the Elite Four, so that's already one Pokemon down. Fire-typing also has one of the hardest times with covering its own weakness, so it's another challenge in itself. Being an intermediate Pokemon player, somebody who's been playing Pokemon for about 20 years, actually, well, actually, let's do this real quick. Somebody who's been playing Pokemon for about 20 years, I like to think that I could do a pretty good job, especially when it comes down to these challenges. I'm not going to make it a Nuzlocke, per se, simply because, one, there's not a lot of Fire-type Pokemon you can get anyway. Also, I think when it comes down to the last 2 Pokemon series that have released, Pokemon Let's Go and Sword and Shield, it's very difficult to figure out how you should really incorporate Nuzlocke rules with your first encounter on a route and whatnot. So, simply put, I'm just going to go through and do a monotype run. I'm actually really interested in doing a monotype run of all 18 typings. I'm debating on whether or not I want to do bug typing, since A-Drive, pretty popular YouTuber, has already done. Well, he actually took it a step up. He did a bug lock, I believe, and he did a Nuzlocke rules with only bug Pokemon. So, yeah, that's definitely really interesting. So if you're a huge Pokemon fan, then I would say, you know, when you're done here, go ahead and check out A-Drive. He has a lot of content, really good guy, really awesome, really fun. But yeah, I'm not there's a couple of complications to wanting to do all 18 typings as a monotype run. Forgive me for just glossing over the dialogue. Like I said, I've done this 6 times already. And it's also not all that entertaining just yet. And I also have like a bunch of exposition that I want to get out. I thought that I'd be able to get it all out by the time the intro section with Chairman Rose is over and done with, but it turns out, no, not at all. So, yeah, debating about doing the monotype for all 18 typings. That would definitely be a slogfest and a lot of content to put up. If you guys really want to see that, then after this monotype run, I will probably consider doing some other content. Being a huge gamer and whatnot, loving game content and whatnot. And then I'll just swim in and out of Pokemon, doing several different monotype runs with Pokemon. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's focus more so on the campaign of this game in general, as we meet Mr. Leon, the undefeatable champion. I find that damn near impossible how you've gone through all these Pokemon battles and you've not lost a single one. Standing up there with your little gang pose, it's alright. I find it interesting that that's his Charizard pose, but his Charizard doesn't do anything like that whatsoever the entire time. Alright, welcome, the champion is back. Alright, here comes the royal cockstroking. Yes, I am the best person in all of the Pokemon region. I'm undefeated. Unbeatable. Well, thank you. Keep on training so that way I can smack your ass with my Pokemon once more. Did anybody see that dude who's smacking around his stomach? I bet you he's a Tom Nook relative. I want the strongest challengers to fill the Pokemon gyms. My number one fan can't be anybody else but a relative. Look at you, Hop. I reckon you've grown exactly 1 inch. I think one of the biggest disappointments when it comes down to this Pokemon game is just how almost identical Hop and Hau from the previous generation of Pokemon are. Actually, when I first played my playthrough in Pokemon Shield, I caught myself calling Hop Hau several times. About halfway through the game is when I was like, oh shoot, I've been making this mistake this entire time. Alright, so you were in such a rush to meet your brother, and then as soon as he comes up and tickles your freaking nostril hairs with the whole, oh, you've grown exactly 1 inch comment, you start running off back home. And also, you're the most famous person in all of the lands, only to say, yo, what's up guys, I'm out of here. Yep, and then I'm going to be the last person who just so happens to outrun a Charizard on his way. The greatest gift from the greatest champion in all of the region. Typically, you'll be greeted by a Pokemon professor and they would hand you Pokemon, but here you go, I'm your rival's older brother. We have Monkey. We have Bunny. We have Liburb. Fun fact, I think Sobble just so happens to be the cutest starter Pokemon out of these 3. With little Bunny here being the least design worthy. Oh, I guess he kind of ties with Grookey. I don't find Grookey to be very great design-wise. Oh, look at that. Sobble and my cat have one thing in common. They're so easily spooked. And so easily entertained. Which one will you choose? Oh, the Pokemon. Alright, guys, so I'm heavily debating on turning off of these animations. So let me know what you think. I'll probably go a couple of videos and leave those like cinematic movie animations run through and whatnot. Scorbunny is a fire type with fiery passion. You're all set to do nothing but a fire type mono run. You are nothing but a masochist. You chose Scorbunny. Alright, here comes the fun part of trying to figure out a great nickname for these Pokemon. So yeah, like I mentioned before, I'm debating about doing monotype runs for other Pokemon typings. The complicated part is that you can get about half of the typings in this early game / prologue section before the wild areas, and then you can get just about all of the other typings afterward. So if I decide to follow through and do all of the other typings, as annoying as that may be to do, fucking like 18 playthroughs of this game on top of the few that I've already done, with the DLC coming out around the corner too, I don't really know how I should go about this beginning section. So if you guys have any ideas, go ahead and drop it down. I could do, what's a good example? Ice type. So Ice type, you can't get any Ice type Pokemon until you hit the wild areas. So if that's the route that I end up taking, then of course I'd leave it up to you guys how you want to see it. Do you guys want to see me go through this beginning section where I won't be able to use any Ice type Pokemon, or you know, just skip straight to the wild areas and go from there? It's still going to be an idea that's in the works, and for the most part kind of sort of on the back burner, since I have another really awesome idea that's going to pop up soon enough that's going to involve well, something very interesting. It's something I think is going to be really, really fun for you guys to watch. But yeah, I definitely want to see what sort of input you guys have. Alright, you just picked up a Pokemon. I've had one for more than 45 minutes. Let's battle. What do you say? Willing to challenge my chip-faced of a brother with your first Pokemon battle? Alright, believe in your partner and you just may not win. Have a champion time with your battle. I'm a Pokemon master. I've seen every single battle that my older brother's ever had. I'm never gonna lose a single fight in this entire game. You are challenged by Pokemon Shitface Hop. I think it'd be hilarious if they made it his animation. If they made him fall during his Pokemon. I think it would be fuck me. I think it would be hilarious if they made him almost fall during his Pokeball throw animation, since they like to tease Hop about how he doesn't know how to throw a Pokeball. Alright, so this is pretty straightforward. You just tackle for the win, and then you level up, and then you use your super effective power move. No challenge in this whatsoever. I feel like, in comparison, nice crit. I feel like in comparison, my bunny kicking the face of a sheep versus a sheep rolling its entire body onto my little rabbit, I shouldn't win this. That's a shitty level up. Speed and attack's not bad. Oh really? You added another Pokemon to your party? He sends out Kyurem. And then just like that, we use Pokemon Super Effectiveness. Oh my god, you know all about type advantages. I had to watch 7 episodes of Leon's Pokemon battles before I learned mine. Actually, speaking of type advantages, another idea that I've had cooking in the back of my mind is like a Pokemon trainer school. So as I mentioned before, I like to consider myself a more intermediate Pokemon player. Since I've been playing the game for like 20 years, I'd love to sit back and introduce not necessarily how you should play Pokemon, but more of a new way for beginning people and players to jump in and start playing Pokemon, to try and help those who are interested in getting their taking the footsteps to the direction of playing Pokemon competitively. So if you guys are interested in that, then again, let me know in the comments that you'd like to attend DC's Pokemon Trainer School, and I will drop some videos from very beginner friendly all the way up to what I know and what I've learned over the years. You and your Pokemon all fought hard. Made me want to let my Charizard out so that way he can just tail slap you all to death. Be a real rival to Hop. Oh, you got your ass smacked in your first Pokemon battle. Now you want to join the gym challenges. It's really what you want. You two have a whole lot to do to need to learn about Pokemon. Especially your friend Blaze, who's never watched any of my videos. A trainer's Pokedex will help them learn tons about things about Pokemon out there, including their strengths. It's a record of a trainer's love and passion for Pokemon training. Literally, the Pokedex does none of that. Have you seen, like, Pokemon Pokedex entries? I'm talking about how Gengars be eating souls and shit. Where's the love and passion in a Gengar consuming a soul? Oh, shit. Oh, God. The Wooloo that's been smacking that fence for about 3 days. It finally broke through. You don't think it acts? No. I mean, 1 + 1 = 2, Hop. Come on. I don't know, man. But deep down, you want to save that Pokemon too, don't you? Nobody wants to get in trouble, but your choices don't matter. Reminds me of another video game where choices don't matter. This section alone makes me wish I was experiencing this for the very first time. I think it's actually really awesome about how they include this section in the very beginning. It's quite really well done in all of Pokemon. Alright, we got freaking nuts in my face. Mr. Mouthful of Nuts is gonna take a blaze to his face. It's alright, you can lower that defense. This is a 2-hit KO. Not a single care in the world. What I don't like about this section is that they mandate 3 Pokemon battles, and then they don't give you anything else. You can sit here and roll around in the grass like a drunken Yorkie for about 4.5 hours. You won't find another fucking Pokemon at all. Alright, so we got this little burb dude. For the time being, it's just going to be Ember for the win. Boom. Oh no. Did you hear that? No. All I heard was the peaceful music in the back. Again, this is another easy battle. Should be about a 2, maybe 3 hit kill. That looks like a 3 hit kill. Alright, Mr. Nuts and Mouth is going to shake his little Ron Tumpkiss in my direction. Lower my defense, but it's alright, dude. Just mouth blast you about 2 more times, and oh, and we got the burn. That tackle's going to do even less. Alright, so let's mouth fire him one more time for the win. And boom. Come on, Blaze, that Wooloo might be in trouble. That doesn't sound like a Wooloo, bro. And just like that, all my troubles are gone. Alright, well. Aw, come on, bro. The shifted music also makes this really freaking intense. This is mad. I can't even see my own one hand up in front of my face. I think I know why this place is off limits. If only Pokemon in this area didn't fart so much, it wouldn't be so misty to see. What in the fuck? Lord. I think that might be the nickname of my next Pokemon. I also think that this moment in the game would be absolutely phenomenal if they didn't already hype up the legendary Pokemon. Or if they had used, if they had incorporated like a couple of other legendary Pokemon that they could toss in right here. When it comes down to Pokemon storytelling, it's not bad, but this game has definitely kind of taken a few notches down. If you compare it to, like, Sun and Moon was like the start of when they started to take the Pokemon storytelling a few notches down to make it more kid-friendly, more easily accessible. Blaze, I can't see anything. Are you okay? I thought my life would be so much better if I didn't see you ever. But I do like this section a lot. This section is actually really nice. This is phenomenal to experience for the first time as somebody who's been playing Pokemon for years. I also really hope that the mic quality isn't too bad. I'm trying to mess around with a couple of different mic placements and whatnot. I think I'm kind of... in the video, when my first video with Animal Crossing, there was a lot of like popping, a lot of unnecessary noise pickup. So, hopefully this is doing a lot better. Ah, Blaze, I'm the champion, and I'm going to be the hero of this moment. How'd you manage to find us? Your pants with directions. You, sir, are literal pants when it comes down to figuring your north and your south. Oh, it's nice to hear from the little brother who had me worried sick. It waited ages for you two. How long have we been in here? Did we take a real nice nap or something? Okay, but what gave you the indication that we were here in the forest? I mean, as far as you know, we could have been, like, held up upstairs, playing some video games or something. You did good, How. At least the Wooloo is alright, yeah, Blaze? I thought we had had it when the weird fog started rolling in and that mad Pokemon started attacking, but at least it wasn't all for nothing. Huh? Are you doing drugs, How? You even changed your name from How to Hop. Your moves passed right through it? And I like how he figured it out right here. Was it an illusion? Let's simply get out of here and go home, party like it's 1483. What an experience. This will make a pretty fine first page in my tale of legend. Your Tale of Legend will sell about as great as 13 Reasons Why with half of the pages cut out. So is this the part... Do I have Pokeballs yet? No. Am I supposed... Oh, shoot, that's right. I didn't tell my mom. Alrighty, guys. So I think we're going to have a very elongated conversation with Mom, and that will wrap up today's video. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. Love how those Badoos right outside, uncatchable. Oh my god, this is a Pokemon that I've never seen that you've had for definitely over a day. I heard the news from Leon. You're going somewhere far, far away when you didn't even bother to tell me, even though you're here right now to tell me all about it. Be careful, buy some potions, and remember that your score, Bunny, 10 points to anybody who gets the reference, will battle to the very end for you. Don't go pushing a poor deer too hard. Fuck! Look at you, little bunny. Look after my child. Look after my child that is about 4 times the size, if you please. Probably weighs about 10 times as much as you do, too. Alright, guys, so that's going to do it for the first episode in Pokemon Monotype. I'll think of a pretty good and clever name for this series after this video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the content, go ahead and smack that like button. Drop down any comments. Let me know what you guys think about some of the other stuff that I talked about. More Monotype runs, anything like that, Pokemon Trainer School. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you'd like to see any other content from me in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, notify bell, all that fancy stuff, all the other blah blah stuff that YouTubers are tossing in that I'm not all that great to use right now. Appreciate it so much, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.